Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope everybody is really doing well. And before I start on to live stream, um, on the previous live stream that we had on whatsoever date, we had it on 7th of Jan on Tuesday, where I mentioned that we have a harmonic on Bitcoin. I mean, this 1618 to 706 is where I was aiming for shorts, and we had our limits placed for 104 to 105, and I was expecting Bitcoin to dump it back down to sweep that low. That's not safe. I mean, the lows were not safe, and I did clearly mention that the any new longs that you really want to take it should not be taken here. It's a very dicey situation, and it's a very 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 dangerous situation where if you really want a long there. But I think I would honestly say that we did not forward into anything. We played it perfectly. It's just that our short limits got front run, and honestly, it shouldn't be front running. But I was expecting a little bit more push on an upside, and because we had a very good liquidity up here around 105, but it seems that everyone was expecting that 105 can hence we front run. But nevertheless, most important part about this learning that it dumped and was that it rejected from 141 for Fibonacci levels. Normally, the B wave normally retraces back up to 1618. Normally, this is what my basically experience from these many years. It normally retraces to 161, and that's the reason we had a short limit at 104k. I mean, we did not just want to, and to get a better risk reward as well, of course. But that was the ultimate reason for us to short over here basically, and not there. Because if I would have shorted, or if I would given you the 1 for 1 4 fib extension short, and if I would have kept my stop loss at 0.94, because that is the logical stop loss, you would have kept it. Honestly speaking, you would have not even made 2 hour gains by now. I mean, it's just like under 2 hour, even though it dumped 10%, but you would have not made even 2 hour basically. I mean, that's not a good risk reward, and that's the reason I wanted to short 1618 and 0786. That's the 2 weekly bearish engulfing candle. Now, before we deep dive into Bitcoin or Ethereum or any alt, I've already shared my trade on ETH long scalp. I'll talk about it on the stream as well. It's just set the limits, guys. I mean, I should have given that limits yesterday. It went there and gave a good bounce as well. And I'm surely hoping that it is going to revisit those levels. First of all, let's talk about the USDT dominance. I mean, USDT dominance is definitely looking good but the problem over here is that nobody talks about, and nobody cares even, talking about this thing. I don't know how many even know how to chart this, but this is what I'm doing since 2019, and I'm making good money. That's a deviation. You have a nice support at 4.24%. And if you look at this thing clearly, even I mentioned that it's a trend line, and we have a trend line support along with, the RSI support as well. You see, even the RSI had a very nice support here, the green line that we have on the USDT dominance. And I mentioned that, we are at a support. So practically, we should be slightly cautioned that, we have a trend line support. There is a likelihood of a bounce. There was a very good indication of a probable 5 waves on the downside. Eventually, things broke out, and it's okay, which was good. I was expecting our shorts to fill so that, we would have made some good money on the short. But now, as you look at the overall picture on the 4 hours time frame, what we are watching, or what I'm watching right now, is a very good bearish divergence. There is a nice bear divergence formation happen, or I would say happen. It's confirmed. I literally waited for 2 H4 closure, sorry. So 2 H4 closure, as you can see that we have a good bear divergence formation over here, and then the move that we got on an upside, crazy upside, I mean, without any pullback. You see the RSI straight up No pullback at all. No retest of 50 levels here. No retest of MA. Nothing. I mean, no retest of even breakout. Basically, this was the breakout. Excuse me. So we did not even retest at the breakout levels. Normally we do that. Whenever we break out, we give those retests. Now, you might think that what kind of a chart we are charting. I mean, what are we talking about? We are literally charting right now the RSI, RSI on USDT dominance on 4 hours time frame. It's very, very important, and to put that perspective. So whenever you see that we get a crazy move on an upside, like let's see a straight up move on an upside followed by something like this, this would be a bear divergence, I'm not sure, but whenever we get a crazy move like this, what happens, we get a similar crazy move on a downside. This whole move retraces back. Whenever happens, you see a crazy move upside followed by dump, the downside. So whenever this thing happens, and it's a common, basically, whenever you see we pump up, it retraces. So now let's talk about what happened previously when we got such move on an upside, and on a retracement, how the price behaved. So let's try and try to identify it. So first thing first, you go to top, you go to second top, and then we will see what price did. We're just going to put 2 tops, that's it at the most. There was no top here. And then the price starts retracing back completely. The whole move was retraced back. Now let's look at from the price action perspective. So see what happens here. So when you got a first move on an upside, which is what we got right now, we will see a pullback and then another run up. After that, a big dump. Similarly, when the RSI tops out first time, then we got a run up forming a bear divergence, a slightly extended move, and then a big dump happened. So that was a very good indication of a 3 drive pattern, Next, what happened here? Like a double top and then dump. Very easy move. Here, a single top followed by a complete retracement sideways and then dump. So what I can say, or what we can say from here, I mean, whatever we have seen so far, let me just probably delete the vertical lines, so that we have a clear chart. Oh. Perfect. What I'm expecting from an RSI perspective is, I think what we're going to do is, excuse me, we will see a pullback, one more push up where, we will more likely like a double top. And then I think we'll dump like this. Now, sorry. Now, what we are going to do, or what I'm expecting, sorry. I mean, I'm not feeling good, but I'm fine. Actually, should not be a problem. We will be looking for an order block. Basically, this is like a very good breaker block now, and a nice support basically. So what I'm expecting is, this is what the pullback I'm expecting or looking for, and from there we'll be aiming for push up like this, because we want to take this highs, we want to take a liquidity on an upside, and something like this is what we likely going to do. basically, and maybe even push up, like sweep up the highs as well. I'm not sure, but yeah, like this is also a possibility. Push up like this in a 3 drive fashion, and then we go down like this. So eventually we'll go step by step. First step is we go for a double top. That is what we want. So the first step would be the double top for the USDT dominance. Guys, right now we are talking about the USDT dominance. So stay focused on the USDT dominance right now. So what does it mean for the USDT dominance is today I'm expecting a pump on the market, basically. Not pump like a crazy move. Yeah, it can even give us a crazy move without giving us a double top. Possibility is there. I'm not denying it won't. But at least I'm expecting this a retest of supports and give it like a double top like this. So that would be a good, bear divergence again. And, then we look for a dump to 0.5 or even lower like this. And that's what I'm aiming for. So practically speaking, looking to this chart I'm watching right now in front of my screen, what is likely going to happen, because 25th of Jan we have inauguration, okay, and we need to bottom out before that level. So we surely need to bottom out. I don't know how it is going to play and how the bottom is going to play. Maybe the bottom is it. I mean, this might be the bottom, honestly speaking. But, looking to the structure, the previous structure on the USA DOM, that was clearly A, B, C, a 3 waves move, which means that Bitcoin is not topped. If USDT would have done 5 waves, I would have told you clearly that Bitcoin is topped for 2025, which I'm very confident it's not topped, and also will pump. You just need to give a little bit more time, and if you really want to buy, you don't want to miss right now, what you can do is just buy on spots. Spot is your king. You can hold it, and you can just probably hold it for now. But this is 3 waves and another 3 waves, A, B, and C, another 3 waves. So what I'm looking for is some sort of a triangle. A triangle is a very high possibility at this point, like this. So that is going to be your triangle on 4 hours. You can say that it can be a triangle on, a 12 hours as well. So a double top, A, B, C, another A, B, C, like this, push up, okay. So then move would be some sort of A, B, C, D, E, and boom, on the downside to the green line, the green box, where things will pump for the one last time and will be like in our exit, clearly exit. Now, this triangle is not complete yet, so we just have to hold our positions, and probably it can even go for zigzag. Now, what do you mean by zigzag? The zigzag clearly means that it's a complete A, B. The up move is wave 1, that's going to be our wave 2, and that's going to be our wave 3. The Bitcoin dump to 87.90K. That's going to be our wave 4. I like a double top. We retest 4.75 and then bear flag and then dump. Now this would be very, very bullish. Honestly, if it gives us, it would be very bullish. I'm literally going to go with my 100% portfolio and building like 4 to 5x leverage positions on the market. This is going to be amazing if it gives us. So I have 2 options open, and both are bear for USDT DOM. Both are bearish. None of the options are bullish. I mean, of course, on the lower term time frame, they are bullish, but overall, they are bearish. So right now, this is what I have for the USDT dominance. We have a bear divergence, confirmed bear divergence. How this is likely going to play out on, basically what I think for the USD dominance. In my view, USD dominance is going to do like a double top, maybe one more down like this, and something like this, like, or maybe highs, possibilities there. It all depends. Or maybe not highs, like a bear divergence, and then we dump back down to 4% levels. So practically, this dump might happen tomorrow. Tomorrow we might see this dump practically. So today we might bottom out. We get one last pump on the USA dump today, and tomorrow we pump up back to like everything pumps up like 9%, 10%, and we make crazy money out of it. So of course I can't give more longs in case if things goes other way. We should not be losing money more actually. So just don't over risk at this point. So what we're going to do, I'm going to give that 2 or 3 positions that I feel we can make good money out of it. First is Ethereum. Second is Aave. The reason why I like Aave is it's likely forming a triangle actually. Very likelihood of it's forming a triangle, even if it's maybe like an ascending triangle. So like a triangle, and that triangle means that Aave is likely going to push up some sorts of a run up to 356 back. The whole dump is going to be retraced back, which is good, and then probably come back down for a dump like this again. This is a possibility. So Aave can give us a good money. Solana, of course, can give us a good money. Atom, I'm simply waiting for my limits to hit. Near, I'm holding. One of our friend, I just wanted to tell him that even though we are under like 10% on near, overall our risk was like managed with a stop loss at $6. I mentioned that when near went here, that I mentioned that it will reject and it will go for a double bottom. I still feel that near is good. What it can do is it will probably likely going to go for a retest of 5.5 to 5.6. If you feel that you are overexposed, you can hedge it there. Hedge means if you have bought, let's say 1,000 near, okay, you can short a similar 1,000 near up around 5.6, okay, and that's how your loss will freeze basically at that levels. But I'm damn confident that it's going to pump in coming days. So what you should be doing is hedge your near around 5.5 to 5.6 slowly, and when it dumps and Bitcoin also sweep the lows, USD dominance goes to 4.7 levels, hopefully. You close your short, make money with the short, and let your spot positions right. And that's where we will build more coin margin long on near on Binance, because Bybit don't have it. So that's how we will play. I mean, you can make money with the short, you can make money with the long. Overall, your net position on the next impulsive move from these levels would be bullish. I mean, would be definitely green actually. So this was all about USDT dominance. Okay, don't sleep on it. It's bullish. AVAX is also one of the alt that I'm pretty much hopeful and looking good for. What I feel for AVAX is, I don't know, I mean, it's still missing one more downside on the lower time frame. So if you look at from the 4-hour perspective on AVAX, one thing is clear, it's bearish at this point. But if you look at the 4-hour RSI, it's clearly at the peak of the lows. I mean, it's like at support, So definitely we might see a push, but then one more down like this. But that with that one more down, what is probably going to happen in my view, either two possibilities. Either you be long AVEX above 37.99, which is like $38. We long above here, equilibrium, and let it ride to 41, or let it go down and sweep this lows of 34.8. It sweep and then reclaim, and we long it towards $38 and we take profit there. So there are two possibilities for AVEX. So AVEX slightly off. Someone did ask me if we are looking to short, which also we should be shorting. I mentioned RSR and SNX. Well, RSR will trace the complete pump. I mentioned when we were here, and you see we got a move like 28% downside. Similarly, we got a similar move for SNX as well. I still see RSR is accumulating, guys. It's accumulating. I'll come back to alts later on, but now let's move on to the indices first. So we're going to discuss first the others. I don't know how many of you, I don't know how many of you follow my charts and keep a screenshot of it, because after the live stream, it's very difficult for me to post these many charts in the Discord and give a complete write-up. It's slightly difficult because I don't have an assistant to do that. So it's difficult for me personally. But this is what I mentioned, like a 5 waves. And trust me, in my view, these fucking 5 waves are bullish. Let's say your wave 1. We are in the process of doing wave 2 for altcoins, basically. And then you will likely going to see a massive breakout. Now wave 2, guys. So of course we are in the wave 2 right now for altcoins only. No Bitcoin, no Ethereum, and no top 10 coins. Others, this index, others that we are charting, it includes all crypto coins excluding top 10 coins. Top 10 coins includes Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, Doge. So basically these top 10 coins, okay? You can check the top 10 coins on CoinGecko, or maybe on maybe some other, other place. So this is what the wave 2 looks like in my view. I did mention that we will reject from 395.7 billion. If you remember my live stream, you can check it out, the previous live stream that we had. I clearly mentioned that you should not be looking to long anything right now. If you long, you'll fucked up big. And trust me, I know a lot of communities out there who literally lost so big just on this dump, just on this dump. They were FOMOing simply. Someone also asked me on the previous stream that Coinbase is having premium right now. And I responded that simply by looking to the candle, and because we have a indicator that tells us whether the volume is real or it's some sort of a fake out. That candle is known as a volumetric candle. Okay, so practically when you have a white candle, which means that it's the buy is strong, the new buyers are strong. It's not something like FOMO or a fake breakout. So this is real, and this is going to create a good order block. This will sustain, and you should be riding it. So if you see, this was the first breakout. The white one is the buy. This is like a big buys are coming in. It's a logical, legal buys. I would say it's not some sort of a fake out or manipulation. Similarly, the maroon candles, or not the purple ones, are the sell. Basically the sellers, someone bought it, a lot of people bought it, and people sold as well. So but that's they tried to dump like 50% of the candle, and it got just bought very quickly, and whosoever sold again bought it back on this candle. Clearly indicates that that's a strong order block. And in that candle, if you remember, this was the candle which was happening where the premium was there. I mean, look at the 4 hours candle as well. I think this candle, this is where the premium was there, the Coinbase premium I mentioned. And this was literally like top. There is no white candle over here. If there would have been white candle, I would have confirmed that, yeah, this move is not a fake out and we are just going to simply run up more. Because whenever you get a purple candle, you see the move on the downside was strong. Someone literally sold big over here, and it's valid. I mean, this is not like a fake breakdown. You should be literally careful with this. And we dumped, we dumped from there. Similarly, if you look at this on the forward, this white candle over here as well, over here, this is like a continuation. In fact, you see here this white candle as well. Since here, continuation, someone bought heavy, which means that this is a good breakout happening and our accumulation is happening. And you see, we never went under this candle, the first reversal candle of 64.7. We never went under. People kept on buying, accumulating 71k, 72k. Even though we went back, retested, we never went back under 64.6. And things just kept on going up. This indicator is very, very, very good. I don't know how many of you use it. I posted all the videos about it, but it's very helpful, for someone who really wants to use it. Well, coming to the others, there are 2 possibilities the wave 2 can form. Wave 2 can do a normal A. Okay, we have already done wave A. There is going to be wave B, okay, like this. And there's going to be wave C like this. It's very common then. I mean, this is a very simple zigzag. The most fucked up scenario, or if you really want to fuck up everyone, let's say, those who shorted or sold, if you really want to fuck them up, the best way to fuck them up is like this. You bottomed, make new highs, sweep the previous highs, and then further dump it. So practically it's going to be like, fuck bulls, they sold. Fuck bears, they short right now and they keep on selling more. Fuck them, liquidate them. Again, the bulls will like, oh my God, the bottom is in. Let's pump it up. And they got trapped and then further dump it up. I mean, this is the crazy, irregular, expanded flat. Probably. It can even probably do something like this as well. A complete expanded or a running flat. More likely a running flat would do actually. So currently we will see what is going to play out. But the way I have seen historically in the bull run, basically, this in my view is our lows. Unless this is some sort of a W, X, or Y. WXY combo is also a possibility, ladies and gentlemen. But WXY, if this is not ABC, let's say, if it really wants to go for a complex correction, this can be W. The move on and upside is X, and we are right now doing Y. So Y can probably go slightly deeper, So it's going to be like a bull flag. Then at that point of time, currently it's difficult to say if it's going to play this way at the point like a bull flag. It's very difficult to say because it would be, if it does, it would be more deeper pullback actually. And you really don't want to see that deeper pullback because we already went, if you look at from the fibs perspective, we draw fibs from here to the wave 2 lows and wave 3 highs. We already went under 0.5 and probably I would say when we went till golden pocket zone almost, you see. So we should not be going under 283, but something, if they really want to fuck us, then it can really dump as well. That would be too heavy. So the WXY is still a possibility, but I would simply wait for more confirmations. The WXY possibility will be good if we dump like this. We pump up, we reject and then further start dumping down, then the WXY is going to look good in my view, at that point of time. So right now I'm just simply going to wait for how the wave 2 is going to play out. So wave 2, either as I mentioned, this is wave A of 2. The wave B can be like this, shallow, one more down, like this, or it's going to be irregular running flat, not an expanded, but a running like this. A little bit chop, 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 and then pump up. Simply this way, as I put it. Okay, talking about the total DeFi, same plan for the total DeFi, no changes. The way we discussed about others, same plan. The only problem with the total DeFi at this point is, the only problem that I'm seeing is somehow it did ABC actually. Somehow, I don't know why, but somehow it did. So if you see, this can be 5 waves as well. Eventually, this can be a very good 5 waves actually, like here. But it can even do bear flag actually, ABC bear flag. So for DeFi coins, I would wait because we took the lows. The lows has been taken care of at this point. Here, both the liquidities are taken care of. So DeFi coins is definitely, I want to see what they do because we are at a support, the equilibrium support. You see the dotted line over here? This dotted line on the Hartem time frame, if you see, is your equilibrium. It's a bigger range that we're talking about. Just look at this. So this is, your DeFi. Basically, this is the range highs, the 2021 highs, and then you have 2021 lows. And then we pumped up making new highs. So that's like a range. And we already got a deviation under this range. We rejected first from the equilibrium, retested the support of the range lows, and then we are running back, thrusting up for push up on an upside. So practically, we are at a support, basically, or we are moving to this support. I would say $115 billion is your support for DeFi. So if I have to tell you how I feel that, or how I see DeFi is likely going to play along with other crypto market cap, well, very interestingly, I would like to see some bullish divergence formation. Now, you already see a move on up, move on a downside. I see, one more down and then push up, retest of the MA, come back down like this. What's going to happen eventually is DeFi make lows, RSI don't, bull divergence, and then boom, the whole dump will retrace. It's very simple. This is the dump. It retraces. This is the dump. It did not retrace completely, but it retraced at least 60-70%. So, but it retraced actually at some point. So the retracement is coming. I think tomorrow is going to be the good retracement day. Today is likely we bottomed around probably New York session. We will see, but we are likely bottoming today in my view. Max tomorrow, but we are bottoming today, tomorrow. That will be local bottom, guys. Okay. Now let's talk about the total crypto market cap. The same plan for the total crypto market cap, no changes. The only new thing that I see for the total crypto market cap is the possibility, as I mentioned already, that we might do a triangle formation. This can be a triangle actually. So it's a very valid one, which means that if we pump from here and one more down like this, even if we sweep, would be nice. It's like a good triangle, and accumulation happens and we break out like this and dump. And that's going to be your last breakout for like $4 trillion and then dump. The next dump would be more crazy, and the degree of dump would be slightly higher because we have a blood moon coming in. We have a lot of negative energies coming in the market from the lunar eclipse perspective. also from the levels perspective. So practically, we are just focusing right now on that one last push. Okay, I am not saying it's going to go $5 trillion. No way, it's gonna do that. 4 trillion to 4.2 max, in my view. The worst case scenario, the worst case, absolutely worst case. The absolutely worst case would be the other way. This is the top. Your top is already in for the market. So absolutely worst case scenario. I mean, absolutely. You don't have anything else. I mean, this is the worst case. We keeps on. Everybody expects others to pump and everything else. What happens is, yeah, they will pump. All will pump, but we do a triangle formation. We try to break out. We chop like here, again chop, chop, chop. People expect to break out, but what it does is break down like this to 2.5 trillion and 1.6 trillion dollars. So as I'm telling you, whatever the longs you take it right now for the final move, every risk should be managed. Every risk. If you don't manage it, it will fuck you big. Trust me. Yeah, even if I am in your place, I'll be managing my risk. I really don't expect my portfolio to probably double or triple in Feb or Jan. Even if I do 50% or 60% of my portfolio, I'm happy in just 2 months. That would be my target, basically. So because we are very much closing out on to top, we are very much close to topping out. I don't know. I mean, some can call me crazy, that what kind of a guy is this and what's he talking about? Why last push? Why last pump? And then why big dump? And so on and henceforth. I mean, you can call me crazy, but I would just like to show you the ideal scenarios and what the chart tells us, basically. And this is what it tells us, that one last push. I mean, just imagine, okay, what is the market cap of gold? Okay, let's for an instance talk about it. If you look at gold right now, let's talk about it. Forget everything about Bitcoin or gold or whatever. Okay, what is the current market cap of gold? If you just probably look at the Google and search out the gold market cap, in my view, would be roughly around 17.84 trillion. Okay, 17.84 trillion, and that 17.84 trillion is considering $2657, 2,657. So let me just probably put the numbers for you. So if that $2,657 gold numbers that we have, okay, and you have how much market cap? 17.84 trillion. Just look at the data and tell me, what we did with the gold previously. You see, we were in before the COVID. Gold was around, it hit the lows actually before the COVID. I would say in 2018 we were in accumulation and then we dumped. So it took roughly around, in 2015 I would say it was at 1,051. Okay, now this number would slightly differ actually. It will not be same because during those many years we got the supply of gold increase and so on and henceforth. But I'm just tentatively computing basically what happened with the gold. So in 2015, in 2015 the number was this 1,051. In 2020 August, Okay, we were at 2072. Let's see, 2072. This was in August 2020. Okay, and this was in 2015. Okay, and this is currently what the rate is. Just imagine what would be the the market cap of gold with the current supply. Everything remains intact. Okay, everything remains intact. It would just be like $7 trillion. And if I just have to keep this thing, everything remains same and constant, let's say. In August 2020, basically 4 years back, I would say, the price of the gold, or the market cap of the gold, was $13.9 trillion. And right now, after 4 years, we could just probably increase it like 28%, just 28%. You see, from $14 trillion to $17.8 trillion. It's like adding up, more of, I would say, how much? $4 trillion in the overall gold market cap. Now just look at these numbers actually, and the Bitcoin numbers basically. Well, if you look at the total crypto market cap here on this chart, in 2018 we were at $765 billion. Okay, $765 billion. In 2021 bull run, we hit $3 trillion. And when we bottomed in 2022, basically, at $725 billion, what we did is we pumped up straight to almost close to $3.8 trillion. Now, if you look at the 2020 numbers, the COVID 2020, we were literally at 125 billion or $133 billion, just $130 billion, which means that we have added $3 trillion in the market, basically, in these 4 years. So, it honestly, it would be crazy to say that we are literally pumping up from here to $5 trillion. Honestly, I don't have a word, but practically and logically, even all the scenarios, the M1 supply or M2 supply, it doesn't adds up to $5 trillion. Basically, we need that little bit more accumulation. That accumulation, you see, gold, it went like a bigger accumulation from 2000. That's like $7 trillion. It accumulated between $7 trillion and whatnot. I don't know what 1638 value would be, but literally accumulated from top of 2020, August 2020 till 2022 October, almost close to, I would say, 2 years and plus. And then it really went for a bigger run to adding $4 trillion. You see how much we accumulated. Big accumulation happens, and then we added $4 trillion. So the logical scenario, basically, for Bitcoin as well, we need that accumulation, basically, like what gold did. I know this might sound a little bit odd for many, but it's logical. You need that accumulation because you need more strong hands, more, governing policies for Bitcoin, more favorable, I would say, environment for Bitcoin, more, I would say, adoption. Especially Chinese market is a little bit off, and a lot of people are unable to invest. They of course they move to Dubai, and they do, but that's a different story. But you need that. You really need that. And you see, we just need an accumulation like this. And once you see an accumulation like this, you see, when the next breakout is going to be damn crazy. It's not going to be small move. It's going to be the bigger move, actually. That's where my target of $450,000 or $500,000 Bitcoin would achieve in 2028, maybe 2029. But, this is going to be the crazy, I would say, bigger accumulation for Bitcoin. You just need that bigger accumulation. That's what I'm saying. That's it. Once you get that accumulation, kalas, I am not selling anything. Once I rebuy again, I'll just simply transfer my Bitcoins to the hard wallet or maybe cold wallet, and wrap my keys and just forget it for like next 3-4 years. Probably what I can do is I can probably, because at that point of time when these sort of the big pump is going to happen, eventually what is going to happen is the total crypto market cap, or you say at $100,000, if you're saying that at $100,000 Bitcoin is at $2 trillion market cap, just imagine Bitcoin needs to reach that $10 trillion market cap. There is a gap between gold and Bitcoin, which means that gold in 2028 2030 needs to be 5x from the current price, which means the gold market cap, the gold price at that point of time overall should be around on the upward node. Actually, that's what I'm saying. It should be 5x or at least 5x, because if you see the current difference or the gap, 17 trillion versus 2 trillion, it's almost close to 8x. Okay, so 8x difference, which means that if Bitcoin needs to pump $500,000, the gold is definitely pumping to $10,000. Crazy pump that would be. And the bigger levels is $5,000. It's a more psychological levels, and in my view, $10,000 would be perfect. Can anyone do $12,000 to $11,000 in 2028, 2030? So basically, 3 to 4 years from now on. But this year, we will also see the dump from gold for like a retest of $2,000 is definitely happening this year in my view. Now, if not this year, then next year definitely in my view. We are seeing that dump on gold basically. And that's what I would be aiming for. But I'm not gonna wait for $2,000. I think 2,500 would be nice as well for the gold to load up. 2,467, 2,500 is good for gold. So these are all logical. Well, nobody talks about it. Now let's talk from the perspective of Bitcoin. Overall, the 4 hours time frame, if you see from Bitcoin perspective, the blood moon is coming damn close. We are very close to coming for the blood moon. We are having not confirmed, but we are having not exactly the bull divergence, the proper bull divergence, but what I want, as I mentioned, double top, which means that the RSI goes one more down like this. We form a perfect bull divergence here, and the market pumps up to 50% RSI. At least give us that on the Bitcoin basically. So that's the reason I see that likely we bottom today, maybe, or maybe tomorrow. But in the next 2 days, I don't see RSI is going to extend that much. So we even if we buy here and if it dumps, you just have to hold it for 48 hours, and you will be in profits in my view. Now the plan for the Bitcoin on the lower term time frame. If you look at from the wave count perspective, forget about the harmonic. The harmonic was valid and it just did its job. So from the wave count perspective, this move on the downside was 5 waves. Okay. Then you have A, B, C, wave A, and then this was not 5 waves. This was zigzag A, B, and C, which means this was wave B, and then you got 1, 2, I don't know, wave 3, or I would say wave 5 was missing, and hence I expected a retest of this and one more push up, because there has to be 5 waves. The last wave missed, or this small move that we got was a shallow wave 5 actually. That was a very shallow wave 5. Normally the shallow wave 5 happens only and only when your wave 3 is too big. So it did shallow. So practically this was some sort of a corrective move here. This is a clear correction. And right now the dump that we are watching, or we have watched so far, is your wave 1. Okay. And I'm expecting A, B, and a retest of 98.7 to 98.8 basically. And from there, a further down to sweep the lows, take the liquidity, and go back down to $87,000. Now, why I'll be looking to bid? Most likely, I'm expecting a 1414 extension retest. I think that 1414 can give us a good bounce basically. The 1414 is too low from this perspective. A, B, C. We need to look at from a different perspective here. Excuse me. 1414. Perfect. And you can probably see the 161 as well. It's okay. So 86,780 probably. This is a very good levels for Bitcoin. And that's going to be like a, some sort of a, I would say, wave 5, because now the dump we want should be 5 waves. It should not be 3 waves. So let's say we pump up here, we dump again, we pump up, and when dump inauguration comes in, we again dump like this. And before the Trump inauguration, 23rd 24th Jan, we simply do like this, and that is going to be our bottom. We run up, the bull run begins. We go for 2024 highs like this, and we stay up there with the 5 waves like this, and then a big crash happens later on. So this is what the bigger plan for the Bitcoin. Everything, see, I'm not talking, the bigger picture is, this is the hard term time frame. The hard term time frame is this. Your top would be somewhere between 1272 and 1414 Fibonacci levels. So don't mix it up. Hard term time frame, this is the plan. The mid-term time frame, or you can say the lower term time frame, this is the plan. But this would be your ultimate top for Bitcoin. And after that, you can expect 30% dump on, or at least 25% dump, you can say. So probably if you really want to see, the dump is likely going to happen from 111 to 115K. So let's say 101.13 Fibonacci levels. So that 25 to 30% would be roughly around $80,000. But I think we will be slightly extending it to 2024 equilibrium and a value area high levels of $74,000. And you also have a white candle, which is an order block as well, which is like a good support for Bitcoin. And after here, probably we are likely the blood moon, and we're just going to chop, accumulate here. And then we again going to run up like this till another blood moon that we top out. And then this is how the market is going to see a massive dump to $32,000. This is the bigger picture. I mean, that's what I already mentioned, basically. So don't confuse yourself, okay? One more push doesn't mean that I would like to see. I mean, of course, I would be looking to, I will see how we are rejecting at 111K, or whether simply it pumps up to 120 or 130K, because the 1414 fib is at 127.9, roughly around $128,000. So if it rejects from here, good. If you don't, we must go slightly higher to maybe $128,000 as well. It all depends, okay? Because this is the last push we want on the Bitcoin front. So on the lower term time frame, ladies and gentlemen, the plan is, as I mentioned, on the RSI perspective, one more down, but from the price perspective, hold. Or what it can do, maybe one more down like this, and we run up A, B, C to 97.5, 98,700, and we dump back down to $87,000. So this is what the plan. I'm looking to place some scalps, like 4 or 5% scalps over here on Bitcoin, but not on Bitcoin. I'm not interested in Bitcoin at this point, but definitely some Ethereum. I'm very much interested, honestly speaking. So that's the reason I gave that scalp, but it's a very high risk, guys. So manage your risk. Let's say if you normally risk $100 for a trade, for this trade you should only risk $50, because we want to make some money. This trade is going to, if you risk $50, it's going to make you $175 net of, net of fees and everything. So this is what it's going to make you with just $50, so that's what we have for Bitcoin. For Ethereum, I'm seeing 5 waves on the downside. I don't know what's wrong with this thing. Yeah, it's a clean 5 waves, guys. Clean 5 waves. I can't just probably deny the most, but it's a clean 5 waves. Sir, any chance? Hey, hi, hi, live Tomp Rollman, basically. Go on. Sir, any chance to check with? Sure, definitely. I'll check with for you, my friend. Just give me some time. I'll check the wave. What's the name of the indicator you're using for order block? It's my indicator. It's a TMV crypto support and resistance algo, and that's where it automatically draws the support and resistance levels, as you can see here with the rockets. The rockets determines how strong these levels are. The more the rockets, the stronger the levels is. This is the volumetric candle, the white and purple color. And you can also have trend lines. If you really don't want to draw trend lines, or it will draw trend lines automatically as well, as you can see. It draws trend lines on all the time frames, whether it's 15 minutes or whatever. I mean, just look at the 3 drive. The dotted trend line determines the 3 drive pattern. It finds the 3 drive, and that's what it it did here as well. That's the perfect 3 drive and a rejection. So it predetermines, or it finds those trend lines or drives before the price reaches those levels, basically. You also have another order block. Basically, you can just go to the price action algo indicator, and that's where you have order block as well. Here we have different order blocks, different type of order blocks. You have a normal order blocks that people play with, but then I don't like to play the normal order block. So I like to play the order block based on engulfing candles and pin bar. They are more stronger than the normal order blocks. So if you just want to probably, what do you say? Remove the noise, you can just probably use the engulfing or pin bar candle order block only, for a specific time frame. So let's say we are on 15 minutes charts, you will get those 15 minutes chart order blocks. If you are on the 1 hour time frame, it will give you the 1 hour time frame order block. So it is going to tell you or highlight the candles, whether this is bullish engulfing. You see the blue candle, this is bullish engulfing candle, this one. Let me just probably zoom in more. You see, so this was the bullish engulfing candle. It formed an order block. Whenever the price goes inside this, it's a bounce, you buy. And whenever you have a red candle like this, it's a pin bar. You see these pin bars. Why this order block is not displaying? Because it is mitigated. This order block is, any order block that is getting mitigated 50% or more, it automatically removes the noise actually. So that's the logic that I have fed. And these order blocks are good, basically. You see, again, we went into the order block, the price bounces. I mean, this is how this is all the logics, we are talking about right now. Every member uses it in my community. I think you guys are uses it too. Ethereum, let's talk about it. We had a triangle, basically. This was a solid triangle for ETH. And, I think the move was clear ABC. So this was A. This is your wave B over here. Some sort of a wave B. And then you had a 3 drive wave C. which means that this is some sort of a ABC, and now we get 5 waves, which means that this is wave 1. That's got to be wave 2, like this, and then we're going to see move on the downside, practically like $3,000, and then one more downside to $2,925. So eventually ETH is expected to go down more actually, but after that push up, because we need to take this liquidity. I mean, we have a huge liquidity at $3,000, huge liquidity. And hence, I'm expecting these levels for ETH to hold of 2,992. We want to hold these lows. I mean, we can probably sweep it, fine, I don't care, but we want to hold here. I mean, this levels needs to sweep and needs to hold up. So once we go down, immediately the price should run back up, and then we can start a new run up on ETH like this towards $4,300 to $4,400 basically. So that's what we can expect for ETH at that point of time. But for now, I think this is my plan. So that's the reason why this is high risk, because eventually the target for ETH is around $3,000 and 2,940. So this is what the eventual target is. And that's the reason it makes is a very high probable trade for the long. Why? Because wave 2 can be shallow in this sort of a big dump, or the wave 2 tends to play out shallow wave 2. So what it can do really is, instead of doing normal, this is your some sort of wave 1. Wave 2 is wave 2 is ABC, correct? Everybody knows from the Elliot perspective. So ABC can be like this. This is wave A. You got a wave B over here, a retest, and then wave C. Very simplistic. Zigzag, ABC. Another way of playing ABC is fucked up scenario. Means that wave B goes sweep the lows, and wave C goes for like this. And after that, we dump straight. So no more big pullback or retracements, and it's just keep on dumping down. So this is how it can play in case of a most fucked up scenario. But I would like to see a retest of at least $3,445, maybe even $3,500 on the at least 4 hours time frame. Solana, I mentioned 175 to 185 is my levels, not yet triggered, but soon I think it will trigger. Give some time for Solana to give us that trigger till we don't flip the red box $202. I'm not looking for long. You can't be looking too long. Yeah, either we long the support, as I mentioned, 175 to 185, or we long the flip of 201. So I'm not looking for soul scalp. Aave, surely I'm looking for it. I already mentioned before the stream started. RSR is at support right now, but we will be looking to buy only and only once Ethereum and Bitcoin bottoms out. We will see at what levels RSR is at that point of time. Sui is in a different, I would say, is in a different world basically. It's likely doing a very, very interesting, I would say, 3 drive basically. So this is how the 3 drive can play out, because it gives a small pullback on the downside, like a double bottom, not double bottom, but like a 4.56 to 4.5, a run up and make new highs like this to 5.7, 5.8, and after which followed by a dump. So this is what Sui looks bullish to me actually. This is good. Atom I mentioned, Near I mentioned, Avex I already mentioned. Let's check one more alt, and that would be, come on, why it's going round and round and round. What's the name of the indicator I mentioned? I can't use that indicator, and then I'm sorry. I mean, did you fill the form? I'm just going to give a, let me just probably check it. Pup, pup, pup. Don't worry, I'll give you the access to the indicator after this stream. I'll check it whether the bot has successfully, because I'm facing some issues with I've already stopped the bots on AWS. I don't know. They shifted my AWS server to Mac suddenly, and it is costing me like 4 times of what it used to cost me, basically. So the per user cost was around earlier was around $3, and now it's costing me around $12. So the fees you pay for $21, of that $12 goes to AWS, and that's crazy, So I stopped for now the bots. Need to find something else. Don't worry, I'll give you the access after this stream. The alt, basically, we should be, or I was looking for, was Dodge. Eventually Dodge looks great. I know it looks good. Dodge looks good, but after this dump, it clearly tells me that this was ABC, which means that, again, the same plan, basically. It's the same plan. I would like to see a move on the downside to 21.5 cents. That's what I would want, and that was our plan, okay? So 21.5 cents is what I would, but I don't think it will give me. So the best case for Dodge would be to, push up and like do something like this. Just sweep the lows, bottom, and pump up like this. That would be the best for Doge in my view. So just have to wait a bit more for that. Another alt in my view that looks great, not from XRP perspective, but from Stellar perspective. So Stellar indeed looks good to me, my friends. Okay, I'm sorry, my friend. I think I was about to run bot yesterday. I did run, but I don't know why it's not giving the access. I don't know what's wrong with it, but I'm extremely sorry for missing out. Give me some time today after this stream, probably next 1 hour 15 minutes after taking a little bit break. I'll give you the access. Don't worry, okay? You'll get the access fully. Also go to the Discord, and there is a dedicated channel in which all the videos and everything is explained, where is that? It's about indicator channel under the trading view indicator section. What I'm feeling for Stellar, I think Stellar is likely, going to do something like this. I don't know, but I have a strong feeling that this shit is likely going to go for a bigger accumulation and go for another expansion. This is what I want to see, the structure perspective. I want a retest of 36 cents on seller, and we will see what it does from there. 36 to 34 cents would be fine, but this is something I'm monitoring, and I don't want to miss another 2x on Stellar if it pulls out, if it finishes this triangle. XRP, on the other hand, is also forming a solid triangle. More solid than Stellar. You see, it's a perfect fucking triangle. You can also say that it's a pennant. I've never seen a solid solid pennant like this. It's a so fucking solid pennant, very much. And just look at the volume. It's an accumulation that's happening. The volume is declining. We are holding up. That's a big sign of an accumulation, which means that any move on the downside towards 2.2 to 2.1 would be a good buy for XRP, and a breakout. I would be looking to long the breakout, honestly speaking. I would be happy to buy the breakout. Just have the breakout. We can long it towards new all-time highs of $3.4. This is what eventually the new all-time highs for the XRP would be. In 2020, this is the new all-time highs. This looks great to me, actually. XRP is like, I would say 9 on 10 at this point. A perfect pennant, a perfect price action, a perfect accumulation. Things looks perfect to me from the theoretical perspective. Unless something happens, then it's a different story. But XRP is clearly looking like an accumulation. Either you long the breakout above 2.35, 2.36, or you long around 2.2 to 2.1. That's what you do. You have two options, of longing. So XRP is definitely looking good. In case if we bottom today, if the market bottoms, and if XRP is still holding 2.2, let's say, I think it won't even go for 2.1. Simply we break out and it is going to do something like this. A retest and pump up, making new highs to $3, maybe 3.2. So just imagine, a bump from here to even the all-time highs would be, the previous highs would be 20%, and the new all-time highs would be roughly around 39 to 40%, which means that Steven Stellar will pump along with it. So XRP is my biggest priority right now. And look at the Dino coin, Litecoin, basically. Litecoin is yet to come to life. I'm expecting Litecoin to. It played this harmonic. It so nicely played it, and this is done. Basically, this harmonic is done. So I'm just going to delete it for now. But if you look from the perspective of a weekly, what we are watching right now is this support. We are accumulating at the support. This was the lows you had. We accumulated previously on the weekly. We rejected twice and thrice. And now it's like a fourth time we are rejecting. It's okay. Go for the double bottom to 84 weekly support. The next time we break out and the next time we flip 104, I'm damn sure this will pump it up not only to $182, not only there, but the next time, it's a bigger M pattern. I don't know how many of you guys realize this, but this is something huge for Litecoin. It's just that we are yet to flip that resistance. It's a big M pattern, a very big M, you see, which means that the next target for the Litecoin is going to be 4x, like from here or $84 to equilibrium first, but it won't stop. It will simply run up straight away to 300% and new all-time highs. I think this is going to be crazy for Litecoin. It just needs this flip, the green line. Let's look from the weekly perspective. RSI is slightly bearish, which means that it's going to retest that 50 level soon, and which also means that we can expect, likely it's under RSI based MA. So we can expect Litecoin to likely retest $84 levels, 84, 85. Can give us a good buy there. So we buy the spot probably and gonna hold for like till Feb. That's it. I won't even hold for a full Feb, but yeah. If I see that we're even losing $85, don't make sense. I will just book the loss and sell it, because that's your previous all-time highs of 2020 Feb. So I just simply, this is like a big fucking support and then order block that you have. And not like an order block, it's like a breaker block right now. The block that was broken many times. So it should be holding this level should be held as support, honestly speaking. Sorry. So the future is looking good for Litecoin. Let's see how the move can happen. Probably just need 105 to flip or to hold this support. Same for BCH, Bitcoin Cash. I used to trade BSV as well, but it's like a duplicate, duplicate of BCH basically. So this is what the breakout happened when I mentioned that from 228 it pumped it up to almost $742 in Jan 2024, almost close to 200%. Yeah, 225. But then the move right now I'm watching is some sort of a B, and C. So slightly, I say that from the wave count perspective, slightly odd, but there's a possibility we form a triangle here actually, because we need a bigger accumulation. The volume is gone. You see the volume? It's gone. Practically, it's gone. So I would just simply wait for it to form like a triangle, basically. So till then, either we break out from here or we test the support like this, to 284 to 90. There we break out, and then we go up like this to 900, maybe $2,500. But we need that accumulation. So till then, I don't see a retest of this trend line around 318 to 293. I'm just simply gonna wait for it. Either I'll long the breakout of the trend line at 590. That would be the safest one, or I'll just buy slightly lower. I mean, what are the resistance levels do we have? So the first level is here. I mean, like 498.8. The second support levels that we have is around 369.7, which is a good levels in my view. And you can, if you really want the range, that would be the double bottom, which means that this is your range. 341 to 370 is going to be the good range, and the support for accumulation for Bitcoin Cash. I want to check AI coins, and for that, let's also check Tao, because I had some expectations from Tao which it did not play it out. So I just want to see how the next plan plays out for Tao. No, I think it's played out. Yeah, the head and shoulder played out, which is good. So if you look at from the wavecon perspective, this was 1, this was 2, this was 3, this was 4, and this was a wave 5 with 5 waves. And right now what I'm looking for Tau is some sort of a ABC. It's going to be wave A, and that is going to be the pump that we got was wave B, and now we are in the wave C. So I'm looking for a sweep on Tau and looking to retest this support around 350. Can even go down to 287 at the top. But overall, I think Tau on the weekly is definitely bullish in my view, because it's like 5 waves on upside, which means that the first leg is completed. The first impulsive leg is completed, and we are in the wave 2 right now. The wave 2 is going to be somewhere between 342 to 399, and after which I think this is how the impulsive leg should happen for Tau, basically. So I would not rush into Tau at this point, because I'm damn sure the move on the downside to the golden pocket zone is a likely possibility, and it's likely going to be this levels we have around 385 to 336 is the good levels for the wave 2 for Tau, basically. Similarly for FET, I don't know why FTM is getting unlisted from Bybit, so just be slightly careful with FTM Phantom. It's getting unlisted from Bybit, I got to know. But FET, we have this trend line, guys, and so far seems to like breaking down. Not yet confirmed on the weekly, but the structure tells me the move was ABC, so which is not good. This was A, this was B, this was fucking C, which means that the next move should be clearly irregular flat. We go one more down to the green box around $1, 1.05. We pump up back to 1.6, which is like 50 to 60% move. You can make money. But later on, I see we are going back down to 0.7. Now, unless we reclaim 1.6 or 1.55 levels on the weekly, this is how I see FET to play out. So for now, I really don't see Fed going even back to 2.3, $2.4, but max $1.6 at the most at this point. Flipping 1.6 or 1.557, we will see what it does after it flips. Talking about WIF, someone asked me. Yes, of course, I'll give. But as I mentioned, if I've given already 3 to 4 trades, I might not be able to give every trade like LTC, XRP, etc. No, it's not possible because even I will not be taking that personally. uh, mm, I will be putting my money into 5 trades and let's just gonna let it play and make money out of it. But yes, if I have spare capital, I'll give more trades as well for XRP swing a Litecoin. But definitely, if I'm not taking it, I'll give that trades in my corner so that you can follow those trades as well. Okay. So VIF literally got a invalidation at this point. And what is forming to be the bull count is now forming like one of the biggest bear count for WIF. I think WIF is literally aiming for the less than $1. Honestly speaking, this was the most irregular, bigger, I would say irregular flat that I've seen on WIF. That's like a stronger irregular flat. Let me just probably change the coordinates, copy, paste. Perfect. Now it should be good. Looking to the daily price action, ladies and gentlemen, is this correct? Yeah, it is correct. Yeah. And we have a liquidity. So we do have a liquidity here, and we have an order block beneath that liquidity, which is here. This is the daily order block. I'm just going to mark it as an order block. Where the hell is the box? Here. Oh no, this is our rectangle and this is our box. Okay, so this is your basically the what do you say, order block, the daily order block. And we have lost the equilibrium. Basically, we swept the highs, and the next move on the downside for WIF would be clearly the dump. Basically, we are dumping back down to sweep the lows. Basically, we are going to take the liquidity into 1.4 in my view. So we are likely going to see some dump on the WIF, followed by ABC, like here, ABC, and then further dump to these lows. And after which, I will be likely to see a push up to those highs. Now, not necessarily we push up. It all depends on whether we reclaim this 0.96 or no. It all depends how we reclaim it. Okay. So, but at least this red box is going to give us that bounce. That red box is definitely going to give us that bounce. So, yeah, I think if you have bought a WIF around 2.5, then I think you are likely going to get in most likely an average exit around 2.3 to 2.35. But you will get that only and only after 1.3 sweep. So after that, this is how WIF is expected. 2.3, it can pump up to 2.5 as well if you're lucky. But so at least that pump is going to happen after we sweep these lows. Basically 1.3 is what I see, and after which further dump back down to 0.5 is what I see for WIF. Oh, I forgot INJ, my favorite one. I mentioned INJ looks great. $18 is absolutely the bargain for INJ. How can I forget that? $18 for INJ, ladies and gentlemen, and this is one of the toughest chart I've seen so far for INJ. Fucking toughest chart, honestly speaking. I won't lie. But if you see, look at the structure and everything. Just look at here. this is what we did. I mean, we already swept the lows, we took the liquidity. The only issue that I'm watching, or I see, is the move that we saw was A, B, and C. So that was a corrective move, not an impulsive move, which means that this is A, B, and we will see a move down back to, $16 or $15, somewhat like this eventually. After which we can expect probably one more push up like this to $36. But I would not like be expecting it to pump it up to maybe $100 or so at this point, because I don't have that visibility. We will play at that point of time. How and when we are flipping 27.8, that will decide how big, or how how bigger we will go. 27.8 and later 32.8. These are the two numbers or levels that will decide. But right now we are going down to 15.7 and later 14.8. That's what we will go down. The US government has been given the green light to liquidate. Oh my god. Whew. So the US government is going to dump. Yeah, I heard that Biden is going to dump Bitcoin before he leaves, basically. And it's just like $6.5 billion, which should not be that big, considering that $2 trillion market cap, but you never know, I mean, because the market is crazy. In a fear mode, basically. I mean, did we check fear and greed index? I think fear and greed index. Let's see. Let's just check it out. So fear and greed is at 69. Is it right now? Is at greed? Yesterday was greed. Last week was greed, and last month was extreme greed. Basically, if I have to say that, we have a 3 drive sort of pattern, but I don't expect it to probably retrace the complete move, but we have a divergence as well on the greed. I think we will drop the fear and greed index. Will drop it down to likely 40% levels. Right now it is at 69. So the fear and greed index will dump furthermore to 40. I think that's where the things get interesting. Last chart today, my friends, CRVUSDT.P. Honestly speaking, I think going into Aave or XRP looks more better than Aave, don't you think? Because XRP looks definitely better than Aave in my view. It's had the perfect pattern. What can go wrong? I mean, the risk reward is amazing. This looks great to me, actually. This is like a dream chart to me, actually. I mean, the invalidation is clear. I mean, your invalidation is pretty much tight around 2.03. Your target is pretty much good around $3 to maybe 3.4 new all-time highs. This pretty much looks great to me, actually. Let's go back to CRV. CRV on the daily. I mean, A, B, and C clearly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the 4 hours time frame. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C, A, B. Now CRV is interesting here, actually. Why? Because likely it's doing irregular flat, actually. Likely. Meaning that even if we go, I think the long under 0.76 would be nice. These levels. Practically, we sweep it here, we can get a good bounce. So practically this is 1, 2, this is your wave 3 here, that's your wave 4 and wave 5. And eventually what's going to happen, because there is a harmonic actually, and the move downside was ABC, meaning that this is your wave 1, this is your wave 2 basically. Almost, this is 125 failed to break out, and then you look for 786, which is almost there. I mean 786 there, but they maybe have a liquidity, which means that this harmonic is really fucking valid, which means that if it gives us a sweep of 76 cents, and if you are holding up 69 cents, it makes it a good risk reward. And we can look for a long on CRV up to 1.1 to 1.5, 1.1 to 1.15 basically. And this is where your what do you say, the trend line would be. I mean, this is going to be a trend line, highs, lows, and lower highs, lower lows. Perfect. And then you have lower highs again, but then we are not going to form lower lows. Unless we form lower lows, then this is going to be the trend line. But yeah, we have gone to USD DOM. The first thing we did before we started our stream, basically, we have done it perfectly, actually. Yeah, I think this is what CRV looks like. Let's just check probably the forwards are RSI. Holy shit. Oh my God. RSI is literally in the oversold territory. Oh my God. This looks like good. One more dip and class. I'm just going to probably long this. I mean, this is a good money actually to be made. Even if I buy spot, I can make 20% easily. You see, not 20%, even 16% would be nice. But if things plays out perfectly, then we are making like crazy 40-45% gains on CRE. So 16% to 40%. I mean, this is good. CRVs, I'm gonna keep CRV, I'm gonna keep XRV. XRP, CRV, both are in my radar. And then I'm gonna keep AVEX, the third one. Where the fuck is AVEX? Here. Oh, why it's not moving? Okay, and then AVE, and then SUI. Okay. Atom we are already having limits, so never matter. Near we are already holding it underwater long. Spot buys. I'm holding it. My average is roughly around 6.85, 6.9. Sorry, that's what my average is for near 6.9. I wanted to hedge the day before yesterday when I mentioned that, but I wanted to hedge on this retest 6.33. A little bit selfish, I know, but that's okay. Price 6.9. 6. Basically, I'm down 26% here. So the 1 hour was at $6 here. Yeah, I'm almost down like 11% on near overall, basically, on spots. So let's say if I've invested $1,000, you're down $110 so far on near. But I think this is going to be good green actually. Just have to have patience slightly. This will be green, I'm damn sure on this. So that's what I have for today's stream, guys. One more double top, or maybe like, as I mentioned on the USD DOM, give me this, or maybe slightly one more push up, whatever. And after which the red box is what I would aim for on the USD DOM. So that's all for today's stream, ladies and gentlemen. And for ETH long, please manage your risk, okay? Thanks a lot, my friends, and have a nice day. We will do another stream in the evening. Meanwhile, please go through the stream. I've checked, I don't know how many coins, but we have checked a lot of coins, analysis, hard-term time frame on the Bitcoin, midterm time frame on the Bitcoin. What do we expect in 2025? The blood moon and blah, blah shit. Please go through this. Don't get wrecked. Play with me, okay? Just play with me and have some patience. Thank you. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye-bye. See ya.